What's up, Park Hoppin'? It's Odin coming back with another video, and today we've got some pretty exciting news for anyone that is a Six Flags fan, specifically if you are in the Georgia area, because Six Flags over Georgia is now starting the process of reopening, and it's very exciting. As you all know, I am a huge coaster enthusiast, and I've actually been to Six Flags over Georgia before, and it's got some pretty good rides. Not maybe as good as the ones up in Cedar Point, but we'll be covering that news hopefully over the next week or so. That all being said, let's go ahead and dive into this. This was sent to me by email because I am actually a Six Flags member, which is a pretty decent deal. I think it's about $6 or $7 a month, and basically I can go to any Six Flags in the entire country, and I literally have unlimited access to it. So I think it's a pretty good deal if indeed you are a coaster enthusiast or a theme park enthusiast, especially if you like the Six Flags brand. It's a pretty cool deal overall. I haven't been able to use it a whole lot, especially since quarantine started, but having this news come out is actually pretty exciting. However, I do think that there's some caveats here that I'm not quite a big fan of, and I might want to hold off until some of these restrictions let up a little bit. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So Six Flags over Georgia is going to reopen on June 15th, so just in about 6 days or so, to members and season pass holders, while it will open June 22nd to all guests. So again, this is incremental opening, so if you're a member like I am or a season pass holder for this specific season, you'll have access to it about a week or so before the general public has access to it, and then general public will have it June 22nd. Now, the caveat here is that no matter which time you go, whether you go for members only or whether you go for, open to all guests and open to the public, you will have to reserve your time online prior to going. And this is the thing that I'm not quite a fan of. I don't like the concept of having to reserve a time slot or reserve a time for the park or a day in the park prior to actually going. I just am the kind of person where I just want to jump in the car, drive about an hour and a half, and then just be able to go and enjoy it. I don't really want to deal with the whole, wearing a mask and all this stuff. Again, I know it's being done for precautions and to try and keep people safe. And obviously Six Flags does not want to have a lawsuit on their hands if there's a giant outbreak, of course. And so it makes sense to them, and I would want to respect, obviously, them and wanting to keep their business open. That all being said, I personally just am not a big fan of it, and so I would probably want to hold off on it. Let's dive into it a little bit more. It says, on behalf of everyone at Six Flags over Georgia, we're excited to welcome you back in our parks and can't wait to share the thrills with you once again. We're excited to announce that Six Flags over Georgia reopens on June 15th. In accordance with Governor Kemp's most recent executive order, Six Flags over Georgia will operate at reduced attendance levels. So, of course, this is the reason why they're having to do the registration of the various times online. From June 15th to 21st, we will be open to members and season pass holders who have made a reservation, and beginning June 22nd, we will be open to all guests with a reservation. So again, you have to make a reservation online prior to actually going to be able to go to the park itself. Thank you for your patience and loyalty as we too have been taken on a wild ride throughout this time. Even though we are still adjusting to our new normal, we are confident that by working together and taking new safety measures, we can still provide you a safe and healthy environment to make memories that will last a lifetime. We can't wait to see you and appreciate your cooperation. And that is the end of it. And then at the end of the email, it said, click here for more information. Brings you to the Six Flags website where you can then reserve for it. It also tells you which Six Flags parks across the country are open for reservations. Obviously, depending on what state you're in will determine what Six Flags, what they're doing and what their actual dates are. But again, I'm in the Tennessee area, so I'm only about an hour and a half or so outside of Atlanta. So with that all, I'm very, very close, realistically speaking, to Six Flags over Georgia. So this is my local Six Flags, but you might have another one that might be on a different timeline that might have something similar with reservations. So if you are, go ahead and check your emails if you're a member or a season pass holder. And if not, just go to sixflags.com and check out to see if your park is listed as one of the parks that is now open for reservations. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this is going to be a successful way of doing it? Obviously, they have to work at reduced capacity because they have to follow the governor's orders. And again, wanted to avoid any potential future lawsuits. And so let me know your thoughts about that. And also let me know your thoughts as well about whether or not you plan to go to a Six Flags or a Cedar Point or Disney or any of the other parks that are now opening or the process of reopening very, very soon. And let me know that in the comment section below. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe. It helps us out a lot. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.